The next morning I began making dinosaur traps to transport the tamed dinosaurs that were found leashed in every one of the villages in this map. I also really liked the Utahraptor from before, so I grabbed some meat and grabbed my bowler and decided to trap the Utahraptor and tame it. It only took one piece of meat to tame, which was quite nice. I thought Utahraptors were supposed to be smart, but boy was I wrong. This was one of the most stupidest, dumbest raptors I've ever met. First of all, when I was trying to walk towards my base, the raptor wouldn't go towards the base. Instead, it would try and walk towards the Dimorphodon no matter what I tried to do. After a while, I kind of realized that the Utahraptor was in aggro mode on the Dimetrodon, so I killed the Dimetrodon and also killed the Ichthyosaur for good measure. And that seemed to do the trick. But boy, the trouble was far from over. Unlike the Quetzalcoatlus that I had already parked in my slot, but the Utahraptor wouldn't TP down the hole.
Let me in! Let me in!
So, for the entirety of the night, the Utahraptor was stuck on my home. The next day, I decided to upgrade my armor on my Utahraptor and decided to take a stroll around it to look for dinosaurs, since I had killed my Rakrako and I needed another mount. There was the third problem. The Utahraptor was so slow, I could literally sprint better than that. But the reason I decided to go on this trip wasn't just to find tame dinosaurs in the villages. I actually also made a small submission to create dinosaur stew. For that, and I needed mushrooms. Eventually, I reached the Savannah village, which I had found the few days ago with Rakrako, and I decided to TP the Triceratops and the Parasaurolophus over to our base. But then, this happened. That dumb Utahraptor TP'd himself with the Triceratops! Guess it was back to mushroom picking, but this time I was on foot. But looking at the map, I actually found out that I was in the Savannah zone that was located right next to the swamps. Yep, it was time. This was Troodon territory. And here they came, the murderers that ended my gameplay series season 1.
Flashback.
Run, run, run. No!
End of flashback.
But this time it would be different. I had almost a set of diamond armor and I also had a spear. And I decided to attack the Troodons. But the Troodons were strong. They were hoarded up and the knockback was very strong. But alas, I defeated them. I had avenged my former self of season 1 by killing the Troodons. Now the Troodons were no match for me. Well, that's what I thought it would be, but when I was walking around the tall grass, well, they teamed up with the Dimetrodon. Luckily, however, I did manage to run across a village and decided to take shelter in it. That's when I noticed there was a baby Spinosaurus, but it was guarded by its mama. If I could just manage to get the baby, I would have a tamed Spinosaurus. But as I was scavenging around the base, the Troodons caught up. But luckily only one of them, so yeah, it wasn't that much of a big deal, but yeah, they did quite a bit of damage. I checked the village, just in case there was some extra loot that I missed out on. And yep, nope, didn't seem like there was anything else. But when I turned around, I heard a roar. The Spinosaurus had noticed me. I began running for my life. I quickly hid behind the riverside bush and it seemed like the Spinosaurus wasn't able to notice me. I almost died this day. Well, alas, I started to move all the dinosaurs that I had found at the Pyramid Village. It was a Brontocerops and the Gallimimus, but I didn't get the Gallimimus on camp. The next day, I found one of my Rebecchusauruses that I left in the desert and decided to move this guy to my village as well. Now on the live stream, I remembered seeing a baby Amargasaurus around the village town, so I decided to look around for it, but I was ambushed by a raptor, but thankfully, by killing the raptor, I actually noticed the baby Amargasaurus, and I actually tamed it. I tried to ride it, but it kinda looked weird. But whatever, it seemed to get the job of getting me to my home safely done. When I arrived at home, I decided to pack the Amargasaurus into my capture tool as well, and decided to turn it into my pen. And guess who was waiting for me downstairs? Then I unboxed my dinosaurs, and a huge crowd came popping out. After a few minutes of reorganization, the team was complete! Each of the dinosaurs had their respective placings in their parking lots. Looking at the dinosaurs made me feel super accomplished of what I had done over the past few days. But yet, I wasn't finished with the dinosaur taming spree yet. Remember the mushrooms I gathered on my way? Yes, I turned them all into stew with the help of some of my vegetables, and I found a Velociraptor baby and I decided to feed it. Luckily, by the second stew, it worked! I really didn't have a dinosaur transporter on me, so I decided to walk him by hand. The baby raptor was quite smart. It actually found my way all the way into my room. I decided to park my baby Velociraptor right next to the Utah Raptor because, you know, big and small, smart and stupid. But looking at the dinosaur numbers suddenly increase gave me the feeling that our parking lot would soon be filled up with dinosaurs, and then I would have trouble getting each of the dinosaurs to move. So I had to improvise. For the next few days, I built a huge parking lot right next to the Quetzalcoatlus paddock, and yeah, I dug and dug. I even decided to fill up the lake and to make a small staircase that led all the way into the parking lot for just in case we had to tame another dumb dinosaur like that Utah Raptor from before. And exactly 6 days later, it was complete. Yes, it took me 6 days because I suck at digging. Now it was time to move the dinosaurs. But yet, here we faced another problem. The Rebecchiosaurus was also stupid, and instead of trying to get his head first into the hole, it thought it would be a very smart idea if we actually tried to push his whole body instead. I remembered the Quetzalcoatlus in a boat situation from earlier, so I decided to improvise by actually putting a boat right under the Rebecchiosaurus and leashing the boat and kind of pulling him into the area. But well, that kind of backfired, seriously. I tried to leash the boat, but instead of the boat, the Rebecchiosaurus got leashed. And the boat? Well, the boat kept on moving and moving. I tried to hit the boat, but I was very reluctant since I did not know how big the dinosaurs' hitboxes were, and I did not want to kill my dinosaurs for trying to take on a boat. But then, the boat was slowly glided towards the Parasaurolophus, and soon enough the Parasaurolophus was stuck in the boat. I panicked, for the boat was in a very weird position where the Parasaur could easily get stuck. And when I tried to leash the Parasaur out of the hole, the Parasaur got teleported into the wall. And then my phone decided to lock off with 5% battery at the same time. I forgot that the Parasaur was sitting down, so there was no way he could teleport over to me. And I quickly rushed towards the Parasaurolophus But since my phone is very fragile, if I didn't charge the phone, the entire footage might get lost, so I had to charge my phone first. As quickly as I could, I grabbed the phone's charger from under my bed and quickly pulled the charge in. And luckily enough, I managed to save my phone. But the parasol wasn't so lucky. So many regrets came to me in an instant. Why did I not notice that the parasol was sitting down when I leashed it? Why on earth did I not decide to hit the boat quickly enough? The dinosaur age Parasaurolophus wasn't a very common spawn, so I had no idea if I would ever see it in my survival series again.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Well, I transported some of my dinosaurs into the pen and I saw two skeletons beating each other up. But while I was trying to get the loot, the skeleton actually destroyed my chest plate, so I bonked him. With the appearance of skeletons appearing on my second dinosaur parking lot, I thought I would need to improvise. But this world was about to change.